What can you tell us about Segel and how he might be similar to his grandson?
Well, the thing about Segel is he, unlike Superman, obviously he's on the planet of Krypton, so he's not under the yellow sun, so he doesn't have those same powers. You know, Superman is the quintessential hero. Seg, he's not there yet. That's his journey, if you like. He's much more rough and tumble. He sort of grew up on the streets, and he's just not. His journey will be to become that hero, and what we're looking to do throughout the series is put a number of moral dilemmas or sort of challenges in front of him where he could choose one path and if he did, maybe his grandson would grow up to be the Punisher, but he chooses this path and his grandson grows up to be Superman. So it's he doesn't start out that way. There's a big journey for him to get there.
So why should we invest time watching this when we know the ending and there's no happy ending for everyone?
I'm very glad you asked that because it's a good question and it's a question I think a lot of people have. But what we're doing with the show is it's not so much a prequel and it challenges that expectation. We have a kind of a framing device for the show where there's a conspiracy. I wish I could tell you exactly who's involved, but I'm not allowed. But there are people coming from present day Earth, 2017, traveling back to Krypton of 200 years ago to ensure that Superman is never born. So the stakes of the show are not the ending that you think you know about the planet blowing up. It's not that. We don't know what the ending is going to be because time has changed.
But you say that now, but the final scene is going to be the planet blowing up.
I really don't think it will be.
So the voiceover in the trailer, he mentions his grandson. In the voiceover, does Kara not exist in this universe?
Kara, well, she hasn't been born,
Okay.
This is generations before Superman's birth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this
makes sense.
So this is outside of other, certain comic book continuities. Not that there aren't 5 million different ones. So are we going to see any familiar characters?
Absolutely, yeah. And again, I wish I could expand on that. But what I'll say is because of the framing device I was talking about in terms of, the time travel kind of aspect of it, it allows us to bring characters into this world that you wouldn't expect to see. Characters that don't really belong in Krypton 200 years before Superman's birth, but we have a very cool device that allows us to get them there. I think, particularly on the villain side of things, I think we'll be seeing people on the show that I think DC fans are going to get very excited about. I'm excited about it, and yeah.
What about villains that were there maybe 200 years ago, like Brainiac or Eradicator?
Yeah, you might see villains from the past as well as the future.
And then what were some of the technical issues you encountered, either from a writing standpoint or even just a pure production standpoint?
From a production standpoint, it's the show being set on this alien planet means that everything is a visual effect or a build. We can't shoot on location because we don't want the show to look like Earth. It shouldn't look like Earth. So that's challenging, The design of the show, it's beautiful, but it's really ambitious, and it's our sets are massive, and there's so many visual effects required for the show. So it's challenging technically for sure. Yeah.
What can you tell us about Val-El? Is that
Val-El,
his father? Yeah.
Well, Val-El is Segel's grandfather. So yeah, and he is. He's a mentor to Seg, but there's been an event that happens early on in the pilot that affects their relationship in a way. So there's a lot of kind of mending to be done. When we first meet Seg, he's been sort of cast out of that upper class of Kryptonian society into the rankless, and he's sort of spent the best part of his years growing up on the streets. So he's kind of disconnected with the legacy of the House of El and what it means and what it stands for. What's something we're all kind of familiar with now. He's disconnected from that. So Val-El becomes really important. He's the patriarch of the House of El, and he's an important character in helping shape Seg and impart the kind of lessons of the House of El's legacy, I guess.
And can you talk a little bit about some of the unique sets we're going to see?
Yeah, sure. Where, I think, as I said, we've got that, with that class divide, we've got this massive backlot that's all the rankless district, and it's unlike any other set that I've ever, shot on before. It's kind of like winding streets. It's the way that the world is structured is that the rankless live basically on ground level, and in these massive towers is where the gilded the House of El and the House of, well, not the House of El anymore, but the House of Zod or whatever, they all live up in these towers. So up there it's like a shining utopia, but on the streets it's kind of grimy, and it's a struggle down there. So yeah, they're pretty cool sets.